There we go. Now we're good.
Okay, welcome back. A couple of things to take care of this week. We are down 2 players. Nick is once again uh, lashed to the wheel of woe and is working tonight. And Sky is also off doing personal life things that are very important. So we're playing with a group of 3 tonight.
Woo!
Um, Also, before we even get started, I'm kind of happy to announce that I'll be running another game on the Carpe Nerdist channel starting next Sunday at 8 o'clock. Um, what I decided to do is I purchased an old adventure that happened to be the first game I played of D&D. My first introduction to D&D was the old gold box computer game Curse of the Azure Bonds. And I'm going to be running that game for a group of my friends. So Jess will be part of that game. Nick will be part of that game on an evening where he'll never have to. Rozzy, who was a guest player with us a few weeks ago, will be joining that game as soon as she solves her Game of Thrones addiction. And my friend Derek, who I've been running another D&D game with on Saturday nights, he DMs that game, will be filling out the group. So that's another adventure to look forward to. I'm excited to get that started. I've been planning it for quite a while. But moving on to today's game that sits in front of us. When we left off last week, Listara had used her clairvoyance ability to peer into and behind a locked door, and use that to target her Misty Step spell and get inside to the room that was thoroughly locked and warded from the outside. While she was looking around the room, everything appeared to be a quiet master bedroom. When she entered the room, tapestry was torn from the wall, and a mummy wrapped in linen bandages was there to attack her. We never really got into why the mummy wasn't seen via the clairvoyance. That's still a bit of a mystery, but it is there. Um, and from the outside, what you hear is you hear a startled scream from Lestara. Um, and I don't know what. Do any of you speak Elvish?
I don't think so.
I do not.
Maybe. Hang on.
Okay.
Yes, I have Elvish on my character sheet.
Okay. Blaze, do you speak Elvish?
No.
Okay.
Oh, I need to get my dice out.
Yes. Remember my dice too. So Ophelia, what you hear in Elvish is shit, 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 shit.
I don't actually laugh in character, no.
Yeah, you hear the scream and immediately know something went not according to plan. While you're trying to process that information, you hear a clatter as something metal hits the ground. Short moments later, the door flies open, and Lestara runs past the 3 of you. The look on her face is just pure terror and fear. And this isn't the kind of fear you would expect from like someone just got jump scared. This is a magical kind of serious fear. So she's backing away and just rushes right past you.
Rude.
And standing in the center of the room that she just left from is this desiccated corpse wrapped in bandage. And it is shambling in your direction. Ophelia, you're familiar with what type of creature this is. Mummies are created and designed to hold and bind a soul to a body long past its intended time, and are an affront to Kellenvor himself. So, with that, I think it's fair to say we should roll initiative.
I had a feeling we were going to start with initiative today.
Yeah, it was fairly likely when we basically titled the night "The Mummy Attacks."
16.
1.
Is that adding your initiative?
That's subtracting initiative because I have a negative.
Yeah, it's -1.
Yeah.
Well, I'm at 23.
Okay.
Well, shit.
All right. Warren, you are once again the first to act. It's almost like you're a dex-based character.
Yeah. I mean, actually, Blazing usually beats me, I think.
I do sometimes.
Yeah, her dex is pretty good too.
Yeah. Okay, I guess I'm gonna plant myself in the doorway right in front of this thing and take a swipe at it with the rapier.
You have to advance in past the doorway to get an attack. It hasn't reached the door yet.
All right. Well, I guess that's good enough.
Okay.
Just plant myself firmly in front of it. So since I'm going to be alone against this thing, I'm going to have to use insightful fighting against it.
Okay.
So if I can refresh myself on what that is, I make an insight check against its deception.
Correct. I'm sure it's extremely deceitful.
Terribly.
So I got a 13.
All right, that beats my 6.
Okay. So I should be able to sneak attack it regardless. If I can hit it. It's a mummy, so hopefully not too evasive.
For
1 minute.
Okay.
So hopefully the whole fight.
Mhm.
Unless this drags on, but it's a mummy, who knows? Let's see. Okay, so 6. That is a 20.
That
Not an
will
intro.
hit.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
So 1d8 plus 3, and I believe I am now 3d6 on my sneak attack. Ooh, that's a lot of 6s.
Good.
12, 17, 18, 19, so plus 3, 22. 22 damage.
Good. As your rapier slides into it, you can feel it goes in with very little resistance. Mummy's basically got cotton swabs inside it, and it slides right through. It doesn't appear to have as great an effect as you would normally expect to see. That's a hit that would have dropped most normal men, and it doesn't appear to be bothered by it in the least.
Well, a walking corpse. I mean,
Yep.
I don't think they're bothered by most things.
No. The only thing on its mind seems to be revenge and destroy.
Great.
Blaze.
Hi. So I can see it, right?
Oh yeah.
I feel like a stupid question, but I didn't know if Warren was like standing there being in the way.
I'm not that big, jeez.
No.
Minotaur.
Warren is big in our hearts, but small in
I'm average in frame.
I mean, the mummy could also just be small.
No, you can definitely see the mummy around Warren.
Well...
As a general rule, characters don't block line of sight.
Well, that's a fucking first. I'm gonna Eldritch Blast this motherfucker, because I'm a warlock, and of course that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Let's see... And I get... Do I have to... I feel dumb. Do I have to roll twice since I have 2 hits, or is it just once if I'm going to the same target?
Yes, you have
Okay.
two attacks with that.
Okay.
You could even attack separate targets if you chose.
Yes, okay. So the first one's a 10,
Okay, that'll miss.
and the second one's a crit 20.
Okay, so that'll do double damage.
So I get to roll 2 anyways. What are you? It's a 7. 12.
Okay. And we did make some corrections to your character sheet after last week's game when we realized we had removed abilities you had liked.
Yes, I still have 2 detect magics, but
You get to detect magic from 2 different sources, I believe, is what it works out to. We'll look into that again later. All right, so now it is the mummy's chance to. Warren, its eyes drop right to you, and it's giving you this cold, dead stare, and you can feel the death inside it, looking right into your soul.
It's unnerving.
Yes, unnerving to the point where I would like you to make a wisdom save.
All right. Let's see. I am +3. I'm not proficient. Uh-oh. That's a 6.
Okay. You are frightened until the end of the mummy's next turn. Now, what that means is you'll have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls, and you couldn't move closer to it if you wanted to.
I'm
You're
already
right up
pretty
against-
close.
Yeah. So that part probably won't come into play. But you will
don't
have
try and give him a
disadvantage on your
hug.
next attack. And it's also going to try to put one of its gnarled claws inside you. Does a 14 hit?
I have a 14 armor class. So is that
Will
equal?
hit.
Or... Okay.
Those. All my little dice fell to the bottom. Okay. You're going to take 10 damage.
Okay. And can I uncanny dodge that?
Yes, you can. That will reduce that to
Okay.
5.
So I take 5.
Now, as that claw scrapes across you, you can feel that necrotic energy pulse in and try to do some additional damage to you. So I'd like you to make a Constitution saving throw.
All right. I immediately regret advancing on this thing. But we will see how this goes.
Rogues are not built as tanks.
I mean, I'm not too bad.
You're not
18.
built like most rogues. Okay.
18 on this one.
You pass your save and nothing else happens to you.
Okay. That was gross enough already.
Yes. Ophelia.
Hi.
So you've got an abomination in front of you attacking people you've recently met. What would you like to do about it?
I would like to help them destroy it.
That help can take many forms.
Like taking a nap. Let's all take a nap.
Of course you would take a nap.
Yeah. Sounds like a good idea to me.
Just when you wake up, it'll all be over.
Yeah. One way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you don't wake up, it's technically over.
Okay, so I want to start off by using Path to the Grave
Okay.
and weaken it.
That is one of your grave domain abilities. See how that works. Use your channel divinity as an action to curse one creature you can see within 30 feet until the end of your next turn. The next time you or an ally hits the cursed creature with an attack, the creature has vulnerability to that damage. So whichever one of your friends or you hits this next, it's going to double the damage. That is your action. Is there anything else you'd like to do? Something that D&D Beyond does really well. If you click on the action tab, you can actually slide over and click on bonus action.
Ooh.
and it
Ooh.
can tell you the things you can do with just a bonus action.
Mhm.
Been
Did
a feature
anyone
for-
get hurt just now by the
Uh,
mummy?
yeah, but not very much.
Okay.
I'm still in pretty good shape, so we don't need to be too alarmed yet.
My bonus action does say 2-weapon fighting. I could
Um,
whack it with a
yeah,
mace.
you don't. You need to have weapons in both hands for that,
Oh, okay.
and that is not a you thing.
Gotcha. Okay. All of my bonus actions are basically healing abilities,
Okay.
so
Then we're going
I'm gonna hold
to.
off on those
All
right
right,
now because nobody's.
Warren, we're back to you.
Okay, so I had disadvantage on this attack roll.
Correct.
Okay, I will not advance any further, and I'm probably gonna cover my eyes while I take a swipe at this thing. So let's see how that turns out.
Okay.
Ahaha. Okay, so that's a plus. What am I? Go back to the thing. Bruto. Okay, so I'm +6. So that's a 9 on my lowest roll. The highest
Okay.
was a natural 20.
I hate when that happens. But a 9 will miss.
Okay, well, that's what happens when I close my eyes.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything else you'd like to do?
Um, uh, I don't know what else I really can do. I mean, I guess I could disengage if I'm that scared.
That would allow you to leave combat.
Yeah, I'll take a disengage action then and just step back blindly.
Okay, so you're going to move back. Where are you going to move to?
Just back. Probably until I hit the wall.
Okay. Backing up into the doorway?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good enough.
Blaze.
Hi. Hi.
Mummy in front of you. Warren is backed off of it. It has a.
Still got my eyes closed.
Curse effect is on it.
Ooh. Ooh. I don't want to use my second spell slot, but I'm going to do it anyways. I'm gonna guiding bolt this fucker.
How many undead could there be in one house? I'm sure it'll be.
I mean, we can always take a short rest.
Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna guiding bolt it.
Okay. Make that attack roll.
What are you? 15.
15 will hit.
Yay.
Your guiding bolt does 66 damage.
Yes, I have to grab my 66, which I actually had separate from the rest of my dice. My brain just stopped mathing for a second.
What happens?
23.
Okay, that 23 damage. What type of damage is that exactly?
I
Guiding bolt, is that radiant or fire?
think
Radiant.
it's radiant.
Looks like.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that 23 damage is going to get doubled because of Ophelia's curse ability, Eyes of the Grave, and that 23 will turn into a 46. So yeah, that's a new record.
I guess I've earned my keep.
I like that number.
Yeah, and that really just like blasts a crater into the center of its chest.
Good.
It has not stopped the mummy,
Oh.
but you have reduced its mass significantly. And the next attack roll against it is going to be at advantage. So that will help. Now, Oliver, you've said you're looking away from the mummy.
Yeah, I still got my eyes covered.
Okay. So I'm going to give you advantage on the save against its gaze effect. So I'll need that that will saving throw again,
Okay.
and it is advancing on you.
Oh, well, it's not going to help much. That's an 8, even with advantage.
Okay. Sometimes the dice just decide you're having a bad day.
Believe in the heart of the dice.
And because you're looking away from it, I'm going to give it advantage on its attack roll as well.
Okay.
It didn't seem to matter there, but a 18 will hit you.
All right.
And this is going to hurt a little bit more than the first one. We're going to do 12 on that attack.
I'm
And
still
then
okay.
I'll need that Constitution saving throw again. Let's hold off on that. Okay.
I'm sure I'll be fine. That's a 13 on the Constitution.
Okay, you passed that one as well.
Not too bad.
All right, Ophelia.
I am going to, let's see, spells here. I'm going to use Ray of Enfeeblement.
Okay, one moment before you pass that. You know your way around undead. And okay, yeah. Make your attack roll with advantage, so you'll have 2 attacks. Well, you'll roll 2 dice and take the higher one.
Okay, I'm rolling a d20. Or
Mhm.
which dice am I rolling again?
You're rolling a d20, but you're rolling it twice.
Okay. Actually, I have 2 d20s. I could just roll both of them.
That works too.
I rolled a 2 and a 6.
Okay. Well, you add your +6 to that attack,
Okay,
12.
so you got a 12, and that will hit.
Oh.
So what that Ray of Enfeeblement does is you're sucking its energy away when you do that and bringing it closer to that death state. And it will do half damage on its attacks until it can pass a Constitution saving. Fun thing about saving throws, you make those at the end of your turn, so it's going to have at least one round with that effect. And that will bring us back to Warren, who is still terrified.
All right. Okay. Well, I can't get any further away from it without retreating back through everyone, and I'm not that cowardly. But I will open my eyes, I guess. That it's not helping me much keeping them closed. So I will make another attack at it. This time with disadvantage, I am 16.
16 will hit.
Okay. And I should still have the insightful fighting going.
Correct.
So that
Insightful fighting lets you know exactly how badly it will kill you.
I can't go for center mass anymore, unfortunately, because that is now a hole. 18 plus 3, so 17.
Give me a let's see. Let's make this a religion check.
Okay. I'm plus 2 on that.
Yeah.
12.
Okay. The creature appears to be resistant to your attacks because they're a non-magical weapon. And that's why it's taking half damage from your... was there anything else you wanted to use your turn for?
I don't think so. I'm in the doorway, so that's pretty much where I'm gonna stay planted, I guess.
So, Blaze, this mummy's taken some serious damage already, but it is still standing.
Of course it is. um. I guess I'm gonna Elder Blast it again.
All right.
That's a 9.
And the second bolt.
Oh, right. It's a 16.
That'll hit.
8.
Every time your bolts hit, pieces of this thing go flying, breaking through and physically demolishing it, really. So Warren, its eyes are still locked on you. Trying to
Gross.
yes, that will save one more time.
Okay. One day I will succeed on it. 13.
13, I believe that succeeds. Yes, it does.
Alright, finally.
So yes, the fear passes, and as it passes, you can tell that was clearly a magical effect that landed on Lestara with far more vigor than it hit you with. And it will take its... It will strike out at you and miss, but it does take a chunk out of the doorway.
Oh boy.
That door is not closing properly until it sees some attention by a carpet. Ophelia. Oh, hang on. The mummy gets a save, and it shakes off the effect of your ray of enfeeblement.
Okay. I'm gonna use that path to the grave again, since it really helped Blaze's attack.
I believe you can only do that once per day.
Oh, crud.
Once per short rest.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll just use Ray of Enfeeblement again. So,
Okay. Put the whammy back on.
I dropped one of my dice, so 8, 12 plus 6, that's 26.
All right, that's going to hit. Okay. Back to Blaze.
No. Warren.
Warren's next.
Warren, my bad. Yes, Warren.
I was like,
Who
no.
is unaffected by fear.
Okay. Unfortunately, my rapier's not doing too much to it, but I don't really have anything else, so I'm gonna summon what little of my courage I've gotten back and take a swing. See how that do. Hey, that is a 25.
All right, that is going to hit.
Sounds like a hit. It's 4, 5, 9, 12 plus 3, so 15.
15. Yeah, pieces go flying again. It doesn't have much left to it right now. The repeated attacks have had cumulative effect. Blaze,
Hi. My turn?
you've got a mummy bearing down on your friend Warren.
Alright, I'm gonna actually Sacred Flame it this time.
Okay, Sacred Flame works a little bit differently. That requires a saving throw. Is that a dex save, I believe?
Yes.
Okay. And I assume your saving throw difficulty is higher than a 6. It has to-
Yeah. Is it what my dex score is?
No, it should list it beside the description of the spell.
This dex 14.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
So I don't have to actually make an attack roll?
Nope, I make a saving throw on that one. And it failed, so you do the full damage,
Now I have to...
which should be 2d8.
What does a D8 even look like?
Oh,
it's the... Is it this one?
it's
Is it
the one
this
with
guy?
the sides.
it's this one. It looks like a little, I don't know,
I don't
spaceship.
like
Flying
Kevin.
saucer.
No, the d10s look like the flying sorcerer.
Oh, here we go. Oh, I have a white one too. Here.
They look similar.
Yeah, they do.
5.
Okay, 5 on 2d8.
Yeah, I rolled a 4 and a 1.
Okay. So 5 it is. Warren, you still have this engine of death in front of you.
Okay.
I would like you to make a wisdom save again.
This one, nope, that's not good. I'm 7.
Okay. So that's going to fail.
Oh, okay. Not too bad, actually.
Yeah, your fear happens again. It's going to fail its next attack. And then also fail its save on the Ray of Enfeeblement. So it is still weakened by that.
Ooh. Nice.
Ophelia.
We're just kind of batting at each other right now, effectively.
Did Warren have a debuff on them? On him?
I failed a save and I have a
Yeah,
magical fear
he's
on
got
me
a-
if that's...
A
Okay.
cheer that will fade at the end of the mummy's next turn.
Okay. Can I remove it before then, or let me hold on? I thought I had
It wouldn't
a.
really matter because Warren's already.
Okay.
Oh no, Warren would go next. What spell would you use to do that with? You're looking at
Where is it? I thought I just saw it. Something that removes curses. Would fear count as a curse?
Lesser Restoration. Can
That's
remove.
not. I don't have that today. Remember,
Don't you?
I added it
Oh,
for.
that's right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
There was another one. Oh, remove curse.
remove Curse is a 3rd level spell, and you are out of those. You use both of them trying to open the door.
No.
Fuck.
Okay.
Resource management.
I guess I'm going to.
I mean, you can just Sword of Radiance it, can't you? If you don't want to hit it with your hammer over my shoulder or
I
something.
have a mace.
Yeah, you can move around Warren
Okay.
enough to get an attack in.
Yeah, I'll 1d6 plus 2. I'll swing my mace at it.
Okay, so make that attack roll first.
Okay. Fuck. 3 plus 6, or no? What's my attack bonus?
Plus 5.
Plus 5. So that's an 8.
That's not going to cut it.
Oh no.
Warren.
I'm a healer through and through.
Okay. I'm going to glance back at the two of them behind me and in a slightly shaky voice. I'll say, "We'll get it eventually." And I'll take another swing at it, or thrust,
Words
or
of
whatever.
inspiration.
That is a 7 plus 6, so 13 on my
Okay.
lowest. Okay. Is 7, 10, 16, 17 plus 3, so 20.
Okay. Whatever necrotic force was holding this together seems to just leave. The mummy's bones disarticulate and crumple to the ground in a pile of dust and linen.
The evil has been defeated.
Yeah. The amulet that was around its neck, however, that just falls to the top of the pile. It's a it's a silver amulet, but it has like a matte finish to it, like it was intentionally made to not shine. There is a jeweled piece on it that is a white stone. and it just set into a simple setting on a chain.
Well, I'm gonna look back at the two of them, and I'm gonna shrug and say, "This is really more your type of thing."
Blaze, that amulet glows under your aura sight.
It's special. It's magic at the very least. Well, obviously, if it's glowing in my...
Yeah. It was not glowing while it was still on the mummy. It only started to glow after it was destroyed.
I'm gonna reach down and pick it up because I'm dumb.
As you look at it in your hands, give me an Arcana check. Because I know you're good at those.
20. Dirty 20, but a 20.
Okay. Normally when you inspect something, you can figure out what type of magic it is. In this case, you don't get any feel of what type of magic it is. It's almost like there's... like, if all the schools of magic have a color, this is just a dull, foggy gray that doesn't align with any of the schools of magic.
Weird.
Yeah.
Has my character seen anything like it before?
You can roll an Arcana check as well.
Okay. 17 plus 6. 23.
Okay. Blaze, how do you describe that effect when Ophelia asks?
Oh, God.
Because she doesn't have your aura sight, so she doesn't
Yeah.
see what you see.
Well, it's not quite like any other kind of magic I've ever seen before. I've seen a decent amount of kinds of magic. I don't know.
Okay. And Ophelia, are you actually trained in Arcana, or you just roll good on that? You are trained in Arcana.
Yep.
Okay. The way she describes it to you, it sounds like there's some type of effect which is masking this item. So it's hidden and not showing you what it is.
There must be some enchantment over it to hide the type of magic it is.
Okay. Well,
The only way to find out more would be to attune to the item, and that would let you know exactly what it does or doesn't do.
Is that dangerous, though?
Cursed items are a real thing. That's not always safe. Normally, with a detect magic spell, which is what Blaze's aura sight is, you would be able to detect if something is possibly cursed or have some idea of what it could do.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, it would be a leap into the dark.
I'm not so sure we should fool around with it.
Well, we got it. We can think on that for a little bit. I'm just going to turn to Ophelia, and I'm going to ask, well, is this what you expected to find when we came here?
I was hoping no, but I was expecting, yeah, something along these lines.
Great.
Creating a mummy is actually a pretty rough thing to do. It's not a common spell to do that. The zombies from the other room, that's a bargain basement necromancy spell that everybody who claims the title of necromancer seems to be able to do. But mummies are a lot more uncommon.
The guy we're dealing with is a lot more stronger than your average run-of-the-mill necromancer.
All right. Well, we still haven't actually looked over the room. So while they are pondering this mysterious amulet, I'm going to take a look over the room. I believe last time we determined with the Wand of Secrets that there was some kind of trap near, like a footlocker or a something
Yeah.
that was near the bed.
There's a large footlocker at the end of the bed, and it's almost like the that kind of cliched chest kind of thing that you'd see on a treasure galleon. And that's sitting there at the end of the bed. It's a big 3 foot wide, 2 foot deep chest. The bed is a 4-post king size bed, has been slept in. There is a desk on the wall opposite the bed, chest of drawers, kind of like a wardrobe closet sort of deal.
Okay, I'm gonna focus on this chest at first and see if I can figure out if there's some sort of mechanical trap.
Okay. You can definitely see a mechanical lock set into the chest.
No other evidence of a trap that I can see.
That would require an investigation check.
+8. 26.
Okay. You can be fairly certain that there is no trap on the chest itself. It is, however, locked.
Okay. Well, I'll turn back to the two of them while they're looking at the amulet, and I'm gonna say, I'm gonna try to open it. This might be bad. You may want to step back just a little bit. If you want.
I guess I'm gonna
don't
take
have
a
to.
step back. Still holding the
Optional.
amulet. This would be like,
Just a pure mechanical question, real quick. The amulet. Who's going to hold on to that?
me. I vote
Okay.
me.
I don't want to touch it.
And let me just make a note about that. real
Great.
quick.
Uh-oh.
Where did-
I knew I didn't want to touch it.
It's shiny. I want it.
It's not shiny,
It's
actually.
not shiny.
It's not shiny to anyone but
Yeah.
you.
Matte.
Yeah. I mean,
It
it's
is
still,
matte silver.
you know what I mean? It's still one of those things that it's like,
That's something that makes it a little bit curious because it
Yeah.
takes a little bit of effort to take the shine off of silver.
exactly. It's interesting. And I like
It's dull
that.
silver.
My drink is gone. Why am I trying to drink it?
Okay.
Time for water.
So Blaze and Ophelia, you step back, give Warren room to work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if I recall, this was, I get my dexterity and proficiency on this. That would be a total of +6.
That sounds accurate.
Yay. I don't think I've... Actually, no, I did successfully pick the lock to the house, at least. It's the first thing I've successfully picked. Let's see if I can manage this one. That is a dirty 20.
You pop the lock open almost as easily as having a key.
Okay.
When you push the lid open, there's old clothes here. How about we start with an investigation?
All right. That is 19.
Okay. So these clothes are old. They've got that feel to them where they've sat for a while, and kind of those folds become more a part of the cloth the longer they sit there. But something has moved them and returned them to their positions recently. So you go rooting underneath, and you find a thick tome. It's 12 inches high, wide, has a leather buckle on it with a strap and a lock. And it appears that someone hid it here with specific care.
So it's sorry, you said it was, is it, it's just a regular book, or does it have like a clasp on it?
It has a leather like a buckle on it.
Okay, but it's not locked.
No, it is not.
Um, is this something that could potentially be trapped by some kind of magical whatever?
Um,
You know what? I'm already, you know what? Warren is suspicious that it might be, even if that is not possible. Warren is suspicious. So I'm going to carefully pick up the book,
okay.
and I will present it to Blaze, assuming it hasn't already exploded.
I mean, fair enough.
To answer your first question, literally anything can be magically trapped.
Okay.
Blaze, as he pulls this book out of the chest, you can see an aura clinging to it as it comes out. It has some type of spell attached to it.
Can I tell
As
if
your
it's
aura-
like the same type of spell as the one that's on the amulet? You know what I mean? Like the same branch of magic?
No. You're getting a color on this one, and it's the color you associate with abjuration magic, protection and warding. Very similar to what you saw on the door before it got mummy attacked.
Alright. I'm gonna take the book from Warren. Thank you.
Just be careful with it.
And you said there's a buckle on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I try to undo the buckle?
You can. It's just like a regular belt buckle.
Okay.
So it's not a locking buckle or anything like that.
Yeah.
You can open.
I don't know if it's
I mean,
magically forced closed.
We can wait. Take a little. We can take the book with us. We don't have to leave it here. We can wait till you guys get your spells back. If you want to fiddle around with it, just be safe first.
It's probably not a terrible idea to do a short rest and then open the book.
Yeah, we could do a short rest, and then I could try and remove curse in case there's a curse on it.
Yeah?
You don't get your spells back, Ophelia, until after a long rest.
Oh,
Which
okay,
is a
then
minimum of 8 hours.
we're gonna go home and sleep for the night.
Well,
Today, 'cause it's still after breakfast,
we
isn't
can
it?
keep looking through the house. There's still a desk, so while they are going over the tome and the amulet, I guess I'll just make a cursory look over the desk to see if there's anything important. The guy did disappear. We should look for some evidence of where he might have gone.
Yeah. Well, we still have the downstairs rooms to look for, too.
Yeah.
You skipped off on the downstairs rooms. There's 2 drawers on the desk. One of them is filled with basic office supply. Sheets of paper, inkwell, pens, exactly what you expect to find in a writing desk. The second drawer is locked.
All right.
You get to pick the lock.
Give this one a shot.
Mm-hmm.
That one is 17.
All right. Lock pops open. Inside this drawer is a handful of more office supply type things. A pair of scissors, ruler, things like that. And there's also a tube about 10 inches long, about 1.5 inches in diameter, with caps on both ends. It would be the type of tube you'd expect to see for a scroll or a map.
What's it made out of?
Carved wood.
Okay, I'll take that and I'll pop it open.
There's a rolled up piece of paper inside. When you slide that paper out, you can tell that it's some type of magical spell written onto the scroll. But you don't have the skills to determine what it is.
More stuff for the wizards.
Not a wizard!
Not a wizard. Wizards
They're all
are
wizards.
cool. Warlocks cheat.
I'm okay with that.
If either of them take a look at it, though, they'd be able to pretty quickly determine that it's a scroll of Speak with Dead.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass it off to whichever one of them wants it. I don't
I'll
need these
take
things.
that and take a look at it.
Okay. What that spell allows you to do is you can summon the soul of someone who's been killed and is dead, and you can speak with them and ask them several questions. They're forced to answer truthfully, but not necessarily clearly.
This is a textbook spell of how to talk to dead people, basically.
Okay, well, maybe we have a general idea of what kind of magic we're working with here. If the mummy wasn't any indication.
Mummy
I've
was
got
no
a feeling.
indication at all.
Could we talk to the mummy and figure out what happened, or do we want to? Or the zombies in the other room?
I don't think my god would like that very much.
How about a religion check, Ophelia?
Okay. 16.
It's not necessarily against the rules of your order to speak with a soul. You're not bringing them back to life. You're not adjusting their fate in the afterlife. If they're bound to a torment, they're going to go right back to it as soon as your questions are answered.
Okay.
And if they're experiencing some type of heavenly reward, they'll go right back to that when they're done answering. So there's no real prohibition on doing this.
It's gray area.
Well, yeah, it's more of a question of how and why.
Okay.
The other thing you would know is soul would only know the things it knew in life. So that mummy would be able to tell you about things that happened to it while it was alive,
Not necessarily.
not things that happened while it was bound.
Okay. I mean, we could try it and see what the mummy has to say, or the zombies, but
Well, I'll leave it to you
I'm
guys
not
to decide.
expecting anything. I'm not expecting it to tell us anything useful regarding the man who did it.
You never know. Maybe he knew the man.
We can try.
Yeah, might as well. What does it hurt?
Well,
I passed the scroll to Blaze. You do it.
Oh, fucking joyous. Yes, give it to me.
let's check out the rest of the rooms first before we
Okay.
start the interrogations.
Okay.
Just to get a good idea of what we're working with here.
One other thing you'll discover as you search the rooms, the clothing that's in the wardrobe. There are both men's and women's clothes in there.
Okay.
This was the master bedroom, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Did this person that you are trying to find live alone, supposedly, or did they have a companion?
I don't know. Did he have a companion?
During your entire surveillance of Flynn Dutton, he was the only person you've seen coming and going from this.
Honestly, he's the only person I thought lived here.
Interesting. Is the clothing the same size? Could it be worn by the same person, or are they clearly different sizes?
He's a cross-dresser.
I mean,
Yeah,
never know.
We don't judge in this game. Give me an investigation check on that.
Ooh, that's an 10.
Okay. They are different sizes.
Okay. Well, they could still be a disguise, but
It could belong to the zombie couple.
yeah. Well, we still haven't seen any evidence of where a murder took place.
What if this was the zombie's house?
That's what I
Well,
just
then-
said.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's possible. Well, hold on. So we couldn't tell how long the mummies have been dead, correct? Because
Minimum of 24 hours because mummies decay rapidly.
and a maximum of just any.
Maximum, you don't know what the shelf
Right.
life is on an animated zombie.
Okay. Yeah. So I suppose they could have just been for however long you were surveilling them, they could have just been in here being zombies, I guess, as far as we can tell. So it's a possibility.
Olivia, with your knowledge of necromancy,
Ophelia.
Ophelia, what did I call you?
Olivia.
Olivia.
That's the second
Okay.
time you've done that.
I had a couple of syllables right. The way most necromancers deal with things is it requires them to cast a spell daily to control the undead themselves. But other than that, they could keep these guys up and running for months or years. Worst case scenario, eventually the flesh decays to the point where they're a skeleton instead of a zombie.
So you would have had to have been in the house in the last 24 hours to cast a spell to keep these mummies and zombies and
No,
running?
just to control them.
Oh.
Once the 24 hours passes, they're just uncontrolled but still animated.
Okay.
He can then recontrol them anytime he chooses.
And how long has he been missing for exactly?
2 days.
2 days.
Well, we found them pretty much just lying there on the floor, so they clearly weren't doing anything important. Okay, well, if there's nothing else of note that we can see in the master bedroom, we still have other rooms that we can check out. That
Did we check under the bed yet?
There was nothing of significance under.
Okay.
probably some dust. Okay, yeah, I mean, we can backtrack then. Check out some of the other rooms that we missed.
These were the only 2 rooms that were upstairs. When you go downstairs, there was the bottom of the stairs was the storage room that had the large crate in it, and there was a door going deeper into the first floor of the house, which you have not explored.
Did we do anything with the crate the first time, or it was just empty, right? It was open.
Yeah.
It was the size of it was like 6 feet long, the size of a casket, wasn't it?
Okay.
More or less.
Yeah.
You found a scrap of cloth inside. Scrap of linen inside.
So, okay, so while you were surveilling him moving in and out, did you see him move this box into the house at all?
Did I?
No. Box was news to you.
No, I've never seen him carry anything larger than maybe a pouch or a bag.
Okay. Interesting.
You didn't have eyes on him 24/7. It's possible.
I wasn't watching him 24/7, you know.
All right.
Technically, there's also the door behind you to the mud room that you originally came in.
Okay. Well, let's check out that last room, then.
The room when you push that door open, this is a dining room. Large table to center room, seats for 6. There's some tasteful artwork on the walls. Everything's got a bit of dust on it, except the things on the table. The table is covered in a large map of the Sword Coast and a couple of different books. As you flip through and scan the titles on the book, they're histories, mostly pertaining to the nation of Kalimshan, which is about the southernmost nation on the Sword Coast. Waterdeep is at the far north of the civilized area. Luskin is one of the last major settlements farther north. So this would be maybe 700 or 800 miles south is the nation of Kalimshan. Desert Kingdom. It's if you want to know more about its government type, it would really depend on what period of time you're looking for. They've had more than a few regime changes. For one period of time, the Thieves Guild openly ruled the city. There's been various other groups that have come and gone from power since then.
So, is it the kind of place that one might import a mummy from?
it fits their cultural history. The only other book that's notable is one titled The Dead Three. And this is a more recently written book. Ophelia, it jumps out at you as you know the title on it. The Dead Three references a trio of gods who were killed. Bane, Merkel, and Bale. The god of strife, the previous god of the dead, and the lord of murder. One of my favorite bits of Forgotten Realms history is that the god of murder was murdered.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Well.
And now that book right there is a non-magical book, but it's kind of the type of this isn't something you would find in a library or openly displayed in a collection. So it's a bit of forbidden lore.
Well, it really speaks to the type of character whoever owned these books were.
Right. And Merkel was the god of the dead previous to Kelemvor. His story is his is a long story. I mean, there's really a trilogy of books written on what happened with these three guys.
Mm-hmm.
The shortest version of it is the god of madness was searching for Kelemvor's mortal soul. The Lord of Bones, the previous god of the dead, was hiding him. No, he wasn't. I'm misremembering that. But Kelemvor ends up becoming the new Lord of the Dead and completely changes the way the realm. Merkel was all about torment, power, and decay, and just destroying things and bringing things to a state of whereas Kelemvor was more that death is an end point of life, but the beginning of something else.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot more balanced. He's a judge, not a tormentor.
Well, I'd really like to know whether these books belong to my necromancer or if they belong to the person or people who used to live in this house.
They seem like... I'm gonna guess they probably belong to him. So there's nothing on the map that would indicate any sort of destination that one might be heading to or coming from. It's just a map?
Not so much. Yeah, there's nothing marked on the map. It's just more detailed towards the south than it is the north. So it's got the area from going from south to north along the coast. It covers Kalimshan, Baldur's Gate, Candlekeep, and that's about the northern edge of the map.
Okay. Well, if I had to make a guess right now, I'm gonna guess he maybe had that mummy sent to him from somewhere, and then did whatever he does with it here. Which means that if we're going to interrogate anyone, that dead couple probably would have more relevant information if they're only going to know what they knew when they were alive. That's my assumption right now. So if there's nothing else in the house, I guess we can go talk to them. And
is there we should check and see if there's a basement. Any other?
There are two other doors on the far side of the
oh,
dining room that I neglected.
okay. Well, let's check them out first.
I wanna search this house through and through before we start any investigations.
Yeah. Okay.
Door on the left, door on the right.
Left one sounds good.
Okay. Door on the left is a kitchen. It's small. there's you know your way around it. There, it is what did you expect to find in a normal, well-to-do home like this. The cupboards are mostly empty. There's nothing laying out and about. The only thing that jumps out to you as unusual in any way is that there's a stone bin over in the corner. Maybe 3 foot tall, 1.5 foot wide, square, and it has a stone lid on it.
No other food that we can see?
There's a couple of dry goods, but it looks like that there was anything left perishable.
Right.
It
So
was-
it does not look like someone has been stocking it as if they plan to be living here long.
No. Give me an investigation check on your kitchen skill.
That's 17.
What you would assume would happen here is if you took a well-stocked kitchen and just lived off of what was there for a couple of weeks, this would be the stuff that was left.
Okay. Dang, I was gonna make everyone sandwiches.
Still bread.
Okay, so I'm gonna just glance back at Blaze, and I'm gonna remind her, if you see anything glowing, tell me before I touch it. Assuming
No.
nothing is glowing, I'll go check out the bin.
Is the bin glowing?
The bin is not glowing. It is just a granite carved bin. Probably looks like it weighs somewhere in the neighborhood of like 200 pounds. It's a heavy kind of deal. Are you removing the lid, Kitty?
That she's allergic to.
Man.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and slide it off and take a look.
Okay. Bin is empty, with the exception of some type of 6x6 square object wrapped in paper at the bottom of the bin.
Interesting thing to keep in the kitchen. Assuming it's not food. I'll pick it up carefully.
Okay. When you reach into the bin, about a foot above the bottom, you feel your hand slide into something warm.
Mm.
Oh no.
And it burned.
Good. Perfect.
Now, are you grabbing the object at the bottom, or are you pulling your hand out right away?
How badly does it burn?
You would say right now, good sunburn on the first instant your hand was in there. You do not want to keep your hand in here for long, but you think you could snatch whatever's on the bottom. It's like you're pushing your hand through jelly right now.
This is another slime. Oh god. Okay, I'm gonna try to get the thing out.
Okay. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, that's not bad. 19.
Okay. Take 3 points of acid damage.
This is the Punish Warren stream.
Yeah.
Not intentionally.
Sure.
So you pick it up, and as you're pulling it out, you can feel like it's mushy in your hand.
Ugh.
And when you get it out and you shake the goo off of your hand and slop, it just splatters onto the floor. Not much sticks to you. But you've heard of a creature that inhabits dungeons called a gelatinous cube. This is probably the smallest version of a gelatinous cube you could possibly imagine. Their normal use in a dungeon is a cleaning service, where they slide down corridors and just remove everything. This looks like somebody captured a small piece of one and this turns into a garbage disposal.
That's adorable, actually.
All right. No, it's not that adorable. horrible. I'm gonna close the lid on it.
Let's take this and use it.
For what purpose?
Okay,
We're
you're
gonna-
carrying the 300-pound bin or whatever it was,
I mean,
and
the stated purpose was garbage disposal.
Yeah. What else would we use it for?
Yeah, but we're dealing with dead bodies, and my mind just went
No!
a really bad direction.
He is back at the manor. God.
The object in your hand is what once was a block of cheese.
Oh no.
And the wrapper on it is there's some writing on it that you can still read. It says Aurora's Whole Realms Catalog Delivery Service.
I was alright. Well, I guess I should write this down just in case. It was what was it again?
Aurora's Whole Realms Catalog Delivery Service. Aurora's Whole Realm is a catalog service in the Forgotten Realms that
Oh.
delivers all sorts of items, tools, stuff. It is literally a cross between the Sears catalog and Amazon.
Perfect for the type of people that don't like to leave their house.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume that's not gonna be easy to follow up on, but I'll write it down anyways. Okay, well,
We could see when the last delivery was made and who accepted it.
I mean, if they even want to share that information.
There are local offices for Aurora's. The headquarters is here in WATERDEEP. There's at least 5 office locations in the city as well.
Well, I mean, how would that even help us, though? Because we know that your guy was here. So if they tell us, yeah, we delivered a thing to him.
Well, we could find out how long he was here.
Or who was here before him.
Maybe. How long would it have taken a gelatinous cube to dissolve a hunk of cheese?
They don't dissolve things quickly, but they do dissolve things completely. Their one limitation is they're really bad at dissolving bone.
Okay. Well,
That's also adorable for some reason. I really want this gelatinous cube.
I want to know why they threw out the cheese to begin with, because cheese is really good.
well, I'm gonna offer you the cheese then.
No, I don't want
There
this
you go.
cheese.
That cheese is no longer good.
That is
Wait.
a matter of opinion.
So this thing this gelatinous cube is in, can I pick that up? Can I take this with us?
It is not connected to the floor. It is, however, immensely heavy.
Can I still try?
We need to get your Minotaur friend to.
I mean, I feel like even he is not going to be able to carry 300 pounds through the city.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
Okay, well, great.
So can we put a pin on this to come back when Drumstick's not sick? Can we re-break into this house? Or can I actually try?
Do
Do you have any spells that can move this thing for you?
No, Mage Hand wouldn't be able to lift it. I'm assuming.
No. No max out of 10 pounds.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think so.
We have enough souvenirs for today. It's not going anywhere.
But what if it
We'll
does?
leave it be for now. No.
I
You
want
put the
it.
lid back on, right?
I did put the lid back on.
Yeah, it's not
I don't
going
want
anywhere.
But I want it!
I mean, maybe I'll crack the lid now and leave.
No.
Maybe it wants to be free. It
no.
wants to be free.
It can be free and come with us.
It's a living being.
I want it as a pet. That's what I want.
You are the pet.
That was rude.
But no less true.
All
That
right.
was rude.
I'm leaving the lid on the gelatinous cube disposal. We have one more room. Let's get back on task.
Okay.
By the way, I am quite burned at this point.
Yeah. I'm not sure if you've taken as much abuse in a single session, though.
No, I have not.
Yeah, you've been mauled by a mummy and burned by a gelatinous cube garbage disposal.
Well,
All
he's
within
garbage.
the last 20 minutes.
He's garbage, so clearly it knows what it's doing.
Well, I could use a little bit of attention that might improve my mood.
Nope.
Just saying.
Not unless I can have the gelatinous cube. It's adorable. And I want it.
You are allowed to ask Drumstick if he wants to carry.
You say that like he'll tell me no! He won't! He'll be all for it!
Someone
Alright,
should
fine.
probably do something about Warren's burn.
Well, you're a healer. You can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, both of you are capable.
I don't want to. I am pulling a protest. I'm the one who always heals y'all's asses.
Let's see.
Cure wounds would be
Cure
your
wounds, yeah.
your best.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll. I rolled a 16. No, I'm
You,
sorry. Yeah, 16.
So you,
Um, I-
you did it as a level 2 spell?
Yeah.
Okay. There's that red cast button there next to it that'll
Yep.
I'll start marking them off. So yeah, you should have all of your level 2 spells used right now.
Oh yeah.
2 rays of enfeeblement plus the cure wounds, but
Did I
you
use a
did-
heal? No, I didn't use a healing wound, did I? A
I
healing wound last time?
don't think so.
Okay.
So you healed him for 16?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, 16 was what I rolled on the d20.
Oh no, you don't roll a d20.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
You roll a d8. If you cast it as a first level spell, it's 1d8. Second level spell is 2d8.
Okay. 2d8. Okay. That is 10. Okay. 4 and 7.
All right. Then you add your wisdom modifier for that, so the total is 14.
No. I mean, I got 3 on the
Oh,
second roll for 7
okay.
as the total.
Okay, so 11.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Well, yeah, that removes a little bit of the sting. I'll be fine. Okay. Let's move on. I've had enough of the kitchen.
The other room is a parlor room. Now this one's set up with 4 big comfy chairs around a card table. There's a big warm fireplace. This room is dusty. Doesn't look like anyone's been in here for weeks. There is a portrait above the fireplace that has a man and a woman together. They match the basic. It's kind of hard to pick out features, but they're pretty close in appearance to the 2 zombies.
Guess the zombies really did live here when they were alive.
Well,
Yep.
shit.
Okay.
Well, if we can talk to those Aurora people, we could probably figure out the rough estimate of when they died.
We could, if they want to tell us, but that still doesn't give us any information on where this person might have left to. That book we have, without opening it, is it possible to identify a spell book, or do they just look like
The
Books.
book from upstairs.
Yeah, the one I have.
From the outside, no. But because it's got some type of magical ward on it, it would be a
Safe assumption.
high on the list of possibilities that it's a spell book. There's a few other things that it could be. It could be a truly forbidden tome, but more likely than anything else you can think of, it is a spell book.
Well, I'm just wondering why he would have left that behind if he's not planning to come back.
Maybe he intended to come back and nothing, or something stopped him.
Or he's still gonna come back.
Yeah, we should probably leave.
He did have that book in a magically locked room with a mummy guarding it.
Yeah.
So it's not like he just casually left it behind. He did
Yeah.
have-
He didn't leave it on the kitchen table.
Right.
You know, with the other 3 books.
No, yeah, I don't know what wizards do, but I'm going to assume that they don't leave their spell books behind just on on a whim. I'm assuming that's something they would want to carry with them.
I mean, I can open it.
Well, I'm wondering. I mean, I don't want to open it and have it like explode. We could take it to our friend at the bookstore and see if he can safely.
You met a handful of wizards. You've met Lateral Silverhand. She's wizard of the highest order.
Well, I'm going to assume that she's not going to just come on a house.
And Ophelia, you also have your church, who
Mhm.
would be this would fall in their jurisdiction too. Not the right word, but you know what I meant.
Well, if the book does contain necromancy spells, which is what I'm assuming, since we're dealing with a necromancer, we should take it to my church and have the clergy look it over, because we do specialize in this type of thing.
I guess.
It is your investigation, but we do know a guy who's helped us with spellbooks before, so we can take it to him, or we can take it to your guys, I guess. I suppose you're the boss.
You're referring to the proprietor of the bookworm?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
I
his
like
name.
him. He's the Dragonborn, right? Yeah.
Rashal.
He good.
Shaw. I keep wanting to say Azalin, and I know that's absolutely wrong.
I could go to see him again.
Yeah.
Well, if you think your guy knows his stuff, we'll go see him.
Doesn't hurt. It's probably closer than your church is.
Yeah, he seems trustworthy enough, and he's right outside our house.
Mm.
So,
Plus, if I'm in over my head, they might yank me.
and you, Blaze has actually joined that guild now, right? So I think.
Correct.
I'm waiting to hear back
Watch
from
the
them
order.
after. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So.
Yeah, your application is processing.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Well, he'll be happy to hear that. So he won't.
He's
give
cute. I
us-
want to go see him again, anyways.
Okay. Let's see if he can help us open this safely without exploding everything. Then, assuming there's something else we want to do in the house. If anyone else has any, we can investigate. We can interrogate the dead guys if you want.
I think we should at least talk to the zombie couple. Ask them how they died. Do
Okay.
they know how they died?
Moment of death is a little bit fuzzy for some souls,
But the moment's up to
Traumatic
it, would at
experience and all.
least.
but it's worth a shot.
I suppose we can at least establish if he knew them before he murdered them.
Okay.
So I'll
So
leave
there's
that.
no more. Is there any more rooms in the house?
No, you've searched everything.
Okay.
And they were roommates.
Yeah,
None of the rooms are empty. They're just all full of mundane home things.
Well, I'll leave the undead
Like
talking
caskets of dead
to
bodies.
you.
Mundane home things.
Have fun. You can raise the dead body.
So yeah, I'm gonna copy a link into the Discord chat. Hope it works properly. That's exactly what the Speak with Dead spell does. And you get a you get to talk to. The spell fails if the corpse was targeted. Oh no, that's not a problem.
So
Spell
it's
ends,
got
you
a
can speak-
10-day cooldown period.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we can only choose one of them.
and you can ask 5 questions.
Well, we gotta pick
Corpse
our
will only
question.
know what it knew in life. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go do it. I mean, there's only one of the zombies left, right? Because I obliterated the other
you
one.
kind of did dust the one.
Whoopsie. Which one did I
Be like
dust?
that.
Who are you
Okay,
guys directing?
Well, when we do this, what do we want to ask it?
Who killed them, first of all, if they can remember?
Oh, did you know a necromancer?
Do you want to think about what spells you want to ask, or what questions you want to ask before you cast the spell?
Yeah, I think we
Yeah.
should probably. So, okay, ask them how they died. Ask them if they knew Flynn, whatever his name was.
Flynn Dutton.
Flynn Dutton.
Dootin.
Ask them if the book belonged to them.
I mean, yeah, that's a fair question. That's
Okay.
what, 3, 4?
Yeah, it seems
Three.
unlikely to me, but it's worth asking, I guess. I guess if they knew Flynn, we can ask them.
About the book.
Well, I mean, just what he was doing. If they even knew him. I would leave one other question. I don't know what else we could ask them to get relevant information if they don't know Flynn.
Yeah. They don't know Flynn. We're kind of creek without a paddle.
Ask them why they threw that cheese out. No, I'm kidding.
Ask them where they got their garbage disposal.
Yes. I vote for that one.
Oh, that is a very interesting garbage disposal.
Because I want it. They're not using it.
Ask them if you can keep it.
Okay.
If you think I'm not going to ask Droomstick to come back to this house to grab it, you're wrong.
I'm not going to remind you. You're going to remember all on your own.
I am
It's
going
not going in
to.
my notes.
She's putting it in her notes.
You think I'm not going to put a fucking sticky note on my desktop? You're wrong.
So you're casting the spell off of the scroll.
Yes.
Which one of you is doing the casting?
Please, I handed the...
Okay, I guess it's me.
Okay. So you sit down and you cast this spell. Now, this is a type of magic that you've never touched, and you can feel that when you cast a spell successfully, there's a feeling that's attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
You're reaching out to the weave of magic, directing that energy to accomplish. And what this one does is you can like feel a part of you leave for a moment.
Oh, nice.
And it goes the sensation of going up and out through a gray space, and this is all happening in like this brief instance that it's impossible to really like see a still image of it, but you get the sensation of far travel.
Oof.
Through this gray space, and to an area in the multiverse known as the fugue plane, where souls go to wait before they move on to their final destination. And you see the man who matches the zombie and the portrait standing there in this sea of being.
Mm.
And the moment you touch him, it all goes back in reverse. Pull him.
Oh, interesting.
And then the zombie kind of pulls itself together a little bit. And yeah, there's some movement of muscle and
Reverse
bone.
decay.
Not really reverse decay, just like the moving parts realign themselves so they can move again.
Gross.
And the raspy, wet voice comes out of it. Speak. and it's dead, like rotted eye sockets are looking right at Blaze.
Shit, I already forgot our questions. What was the guy's name?
I don't think we had.
Well, first we were gonna ask him how he died.
Yeah, how he died first.
I'm gonna look at him.
That's your first pass, because that very easily could have been a question.
Oh no, I was asking them. No.
I know. You get a freebie.
Thanks. How did you die?
Throat.
You cut out when you did that, Kevin.
My throat was cut.
Oh, murder. Delightful.
Okay.
Ask him if he knows Flynn Dutton.
Did you know Flynn Dutton?
He was my brother.
Oh!
Okay.
Plot twist!
Oh shit!
Ask him what Flynn was doing then, I guess.
What was Flynn doing?
Killing me.
I shouldn't
Yeah.
laugh, but...
Do you know if he was dabbling in necromancy?
Was he dabbling in necromancy?
Apparent.
You cut out again.
I could...
Apparently so. I think it's when I whisper, the mic doesn't pick it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got one more. I don't know how we can get any useful information out of this.
What if we ask him if he knows any place where Flynn would go?
Well, it specifically says they can't speculate about future events in
Oh.
this.
What about if he knows if his brother had any safe spots?
I mean,
Kind of twisting the question.
I already foresee the answer being yes, and just so we need to be careful.
Okay, we can ask him where his brother goes for his. Where is his brother's safe spot?
Where's your brother safe spot he goes to?
He spoke. And when
Everyone
he says
just cut
that,
out for me.
he spoke of Skullport.
Skullport?
And then when he says the word Skullport, the zombie just collapses down to the ground. Motion.
So Skullport.
Oh, we have our destination now.
Yeah?
Excuse me.
Bless!
Sorry. Okay, so that is a lead at least. If we had asked, does he have a safe place? I can already foresee that.
If you think twisting the questions for a speak with dead spell is fun, don't ever cast Wish.
No, never intend to. I mean, maybe
I
for
saw-
shiny things, but...
I saw that one coming. Okay. Well, okay, so we know that it's his brother, so that's actually more helpful than I was expecting. Skullport is an option, I guess. Okay, I think we're done here.
Yeah.
Are any of you familiar with Skullport, or have you heard it before?
We have heard of it at the very okay, so Warren failed his history
Okay.
on it.
I
So
thought
he
so.
knows it's a fabled place that is somewhere, but the stone did tell us something about
Mhm.
something going on there. So I've heard of it, but that's about it.
Thought so. I run Dragon Heist for another group, and I often get confused on what one group learns and another doesn't.
But I mean, I still have the stone, so he probably knows a lot about it. Anyways.
Yes, when Warren goes
so
off to talk to himself.
Yeah, don't worry about that. We'll get to that later. So I guess we should probably see to this spellbook and the amulet moment. I still, if this is his spellbook, I still find it weird that he would have left this here without planning to come back, especially with all the hoopla. So I'm gonna assume he might still be back, but I don't know. Let's go see what Rashal has to say about this. Unless anyone else has anything they wanna.
No, I'm good with that. I still want the garbage disposal,
No.
but
No, we can't do that right now. That's off the table.
Just we'll
Go
come
ahead
back
and
to
try.
it.
Go ahead and try and lift it.
no. I'll be back for it.
Your strength is 8. That's not.
Tries anyways. Fails.
Actually, your strength is 13, but that's still not going to work so well. So, where's your next stop? Is Rashal's?
Yes.
Yeah, the
The bookstore?
bookstore.
Yeah.
It's like across the road from our house.
Okay. Warren, you're a pretty straightforward individual here, so I'm just going to ask you, what's your intent to do with this crime scene?
Oh.
You're asking what Warren's intent is, right?
Yeah.
As we leave it, or what I plan to do
Well,
about it?
Yeah. Do you plan on notifying the watch?
I am not averse to notifying the watch, but I am not 100%. I have not determined what I want to do just yet.
Okay. So for right now, you just want to leave the crime scene as is.
Yeah, I
Okay.
still kind of suspect that he or someone else might be back there.
Okay. So
Just
you want
because
to
of everything that was left there,
Sure.
it doesn't feel like it was just left permanently. But I mean, yeah, I'm not. I have not ruled out telling the watch, but I have not decided that's what we're gonna do
Okay.
immediately.
So you want to head directly to Rashal's,
Yeah,
to the bookworm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hope no one finds this crime scene before we get back.
Eh,
we can lock the door on the way out. I don't know.
nobody knows we're here. We're here.
Okay. So you lock the door on the murder house and head across the North Ward to Troll Skull Alley, where this quaint little shop known as the Bookworm is. And basically, as I described it before, it's a small room, but it's a tall room. There's like a second tiered layer around it, and there are just books on every shelf, on every wall. And then there is a gold-skinned dragonborn in a red robe, sorting books. And every time you've come here, he's filing books on the shelves or moving things around. Just like he's got an organizational system, and he has some sort of like ideal organization in place, but it's never quite right. There's always that book that could maybe be here or there, and he's always just trying to get that perfect.
God,
That
me.
never happens.
Mhm.
And he gives you a big toothy smile when he sees you at the door. And he's like, "Welcome, friend."
Hello. We have a book for you to check out if you wouldn't mind checking it out for us.
Yes, another one.
Yeah.
Another one. Okay.
And we have reason to believe this may have belonged to a very dangerous individual.
Okay.
We have not opened the book, and it may prove challenging to do so safely.
When you say dangerous,
Warren thinks it's going to explode.
and you brought it here,
Yes. We haven't opened it yet.
Thought thought you were the perfect man for the job. Just take a look at it. You don't have to open it. Just take a look at it and tell us what you think.
He's gonna
Put it
kick
on the
that.
table.
Yes, I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna sit it down.
Okay.
But also, like to
Have
say,
you-
Ward knows nothing about magic, so.
So he looks at this book on the table, and he doesn't get within 4 feet of it. Tell me what you know.
It belonged to a necromancer named Flynn Dutton.
Supposedly.
Assume.
We can assume it does.
And whoever left it there went to some.
It is very
some trouble
heavily magically guarded. There's
to
a
keep
mummy.
people out.
You've cast a divination to determine it's warded?
Yes. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. I was like, I did, right? We know it is, correct?
I will not open this book here. I need to... This needs to be dealt with by the appropriate member of the Watchful Order. And, excuse me for one moment. And he steps back, and you see him cast a spell. And he speaks out loud and to a he holds his hand up, and a bird crawls out of his sleeve to sit on his palm.
That's adorable.
And it's just a sparrow, nothing out of the ordinary. And he speaks to it, says, "There's a dangerous spell book at the bookworm. Come immediately. Send message to Watchful Order." And the bird streaks out the open door. Your membership. Have you joined the order yet?
I'm on the waiting list. I'm being processed. Processing.
Dangerous tomes are to be taken to a watch post or the guild hall immediately. This could be a serious problem, depending on what is in this book. Do not get me wrong. I'm glad that you thought me responsible enough to handle them. But this is not the appropriate location for a dangerous tome.
It was either here or her. Your what? Your
Church.
people.
He glances over at you. As the Kellamverites would have dealt with this correctly. That would have not been a poor choice.
Maybe I just wanted to see your face.
It's gonna be really awkward if we open this and it's just his diary.
Yes.
So a few minutes later, a carpet arrives at the front of the bookworm, and 3 wizards step off of it.
A carpet.
And they're wearing watch-colored. They're wearing robes in the color of the City Watch. And when they step off, like it's all business from there. You step back away from this. They cast a detect magic spell, which you recognize. Come to the same conclusion you did, that it's magically warded. They determine that it's a powerful, explosive spell.
Yeah,
You were right.
That
Wow.
to this spell book.
Warren's
And
right
then
for once.
They scoop it into a. It looks like it's a small bag. It looks like it would be barely large enough to put the book in, but as the book enters it, the bag just kind of doesn't get any larger. It's a bag of holding.
Bag of holding.
And then the sergeant of the group, who you've actually met before. It is Barnabas Blastwind.
Oh God, not him.
Uh,
Of course, it's him.
he speaks first speaks to Rishal and thanks him for contacting him directly. It was an appropriate question, and he starts taking a statement. Rishal doesn't have much to say, and the question soon he goes for Blaze and starts asking you questions.
Hi.
Where did you find this book?
Where? I don't know where. No, we found it in a house. I don't know where we found it.
In whose house?
I actually don't know the name.
The brother of Flynn Dutton.
Yes, thank you. That.
I don't know his name.
Yeah.
And he's scribbling in a notebook. As Flynn Dutton. That name is new to me.
Oh.
You said it was his brother's house?
Yes.
Well, we presume,
We don't know his
yeah.
brother's name.
Do you know the address?
Yes.
Okay. How did you find this book?
I'm gonna point at Ophelia.
Oh God.
Be like, we were assisting her. We were assisting.
I've
So-
been investigating Flynn Dutton for some time for the crime of necromancy against my order's beliefs. And I enlisted these two to help me break into the house I've been watching him go into for the last couple of days. Until he stopped. I lost track of him.
For a moment there, it looked like he was going to stop you from speaking, but you just kept volunteering information, so he let you go. Okay, that's a lot to process. First off, leave the investigations to the Watch. What we're here for, this is what we do, this is what we're good at.
Yeah, because you guys are the ones who found the money. But
He deflates a little bit on that one.
You said you never heard his name, though.
and that.
Second, necromancy, while distasteful, is not crime.
Well, I guess if this is a necromancy book, then we can take it, right? Because it's not illegal.
No.
Why not? It's not illegal.
The explosive ward on that book could have destroyed this entire building.
Oh, fun.
That needs to be disarmed.
All right, when that's disarmed, can we have the book?
That's up to the magistrate. Now, you said you found this book in a home that you broke into.
There was nothing broken.
Yeah, no. Turned out it's probably a good thing we broke in.
We
While
didn't break anything.
No.
While necromancy is not a crime, breaking and entering, and potentially theft are.
What about murder of Flynn Dutton's brother and his wife?
I would have started with the murder when I asked you what was going on, but okay, so we have a murder now.
Yes. We're talking about a necromancer. Isn't murder typically involved with necromancy?
You can't make the assumption. It is distasteful, but not in and of itself illegal.
I don't know. I would make that
Should
assumption
be.
personally. But yeah, he killed his brother.
The opinions
then-
of your church elders have been heard and are well recognized, but the Watchful Order and the
Should've
Black Staff
brought
herself
Book to the
decided
church.
not to prosecute necromancy.
Me. Yes, Flynn murdered his brother, and I'm assuming it was his wife, and then proceeded to make them into zombies.
Now, animating the dead is a crime.
Isn't that
It's not necromancy! It is! As a character who genuinely doesn't know, I'm saying that.
Animating the dead is necromancy, but necromancy includes a whole lot of things beyond that. Honestly, healing spells are necromantic spells because they deal with life energy.
Yeah, but that's not what you think when you say
I respectfully
necromancy.
disagree.
I'll point to the spell listings where it lists school and say they're necromancy.
That's
Now,
your opinion.
I do not have time nor desire to get into a theological debate with a priest in the middle of a criminal investigation. Things progress pretty quickly from here. A few more watchmen arrive by foot. You're ushered out of the bookworm. The two of the wizards who arrived on the flying carpet leave, taking the bag of holding and the spell book with them. Barnabas and the rest of the guards finish taking your statements. And the story they have so far is that Ophelia was leading a unauthorized investigation and broke into this man's home, discovered the murder of the home's owners, and that they were animated as zombies, and then the spell book. The mummy. What do you have to say on the topic of the mummy?
We think it was from... Where was that place on the map again? I can't remember the name.
Talimshan was the location on it.
Talimshan.
Okay.
As we saw
We're not going to mention... Was it Skullport?
No, we're not going to talk about
Yeah.
Skullport.
No, I was just making sure that's what it was. We're not going to mention that, though.
Okay. Do you mention speaking to
No.
the zombie?
No.
Okay. So a magistrate arrives, black robed, a city official. Has a short conversation with Barnabas. Barnabas returns to you. We are not going to be charging you with any crimes this time. We appreciate you bringing this murders to our attention, and the deeds you have done for Waterdeep just recently. I caution you, not just as a member of the Watch or as a citizen of Waterdeep, but as someone who is grateful for what you've done to the city, to leave matters of the Watch to the Watch. And you can almost see Warren ignoring that advice right there.
Just like bullshit!
I purposefully kept myself out of the conversation.
Yeah, because you get in a lot of trouble every time you talk to the Watch.
If I have another interview with Barnabas, I'm going to be very passive aggressive. So I'm staying in the back.
Barnabas is basically assigned to Troll Skull Alley in general. So any crimes that happen here, he ends up being a part of that before too long. So from there, what they do is they go to the home, and they start a full investigation there. And that's the last the Watch is going to involve you with this, unless you dig further into it. So what you know for certain is that Flynn Dutton is now a wanted murderer. And that because the home is at a crime scene, it's going to be very difficult to return for the July.
Oh
no!
Not impossible, but
give him a couple days.
We're not going to be able to get a Minotaur in there, that's for sure.
Fucking try me.
Broomstick is not built for stealth.
Bitch, I can cast invisibility. Bitch, try me.
So we
Try
are rapidly
me.
approaching 10 o'clock. So I think this is a good place to stop for the evening.
Yes, probably.
You've uncovered the criminal plans of Flynn Dutton. You've got a reasonable lead on where he's gone or has come from. And you have once again assisted the City Watch against their will. So that's good. That's all good. I've enjoyed things. So yeah, I hope to see everybody. No, I hope to have a good start to my next game on Sunday night at 8 o'clock. I know some people will be watching Game of Thrones, but I prefer playing a game directly instead of watching one passively. So that'll be great. It'll be fun to be there. Until then, you can track me down on Twitter at Evil Sales Ass. I'll talk about work, movies, whatever. You may even catch me talking about politics because I do that. Jess.
Hi. You can catch me at, I'm going to point at it because I can, Sweet Ninetails, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch. I got nothing going on, especially tonight. My game is down. I don't know what to do with my life when I'm not reading. Yeah, you can catch me. I was about to say you can catch me outside, but I'm not that meme worthy. I'm
The
gonna.
outside was made obsolete as soon as mankind invented walls.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna pass it on to Jen. I miss Ophelia.
You can catch me at SummonerXI on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch when I feel like posting and streaming. And then we have Oliver, who doesn't have any social media.
Nope. I'll be here in a week. That's it.
All right.
I don't touch any of those things.
He's a
Excellent.
weirdo.
No. We don't. How many times do I have to say we don't judge on this stream?
We judge a little, but it's affectionately judging.
Yeah.
We affectionately kink shame in this Twitch stream.
We will judge after the stream ends. I'll see you all next week.
Clem, we're judges.
Bye.